All right. We're here with Adam Zilber. Is that your last name?
Zilber, Adam Zilber, yes.
We're with Adam Zilber, the general manager of the incredible Park Hyatt Cabo del Sol, brand new property, one of the most amazing ones I've seen. Happy to chat with you.
Thank
for
you.
being here.
Thank you for being here. Appreciate the collaboration. We very much look forward to what you're putting together for us. It's exciting.
Absolutely. I think that your background in hospitality is awesome to me. You seem like a very intelligent guy, and you've obviously done well. But I started with a career as a basketball player back in the '90s. Do you think that there was a correlation that helped from basketball leading into hospitality, or I guess what did you take into your career from that?
Well, my first dream growing up was to become a basketball player, a professional basketball player. I played at university at NYU. Then I went back to Israel, where I'm from, and played a couple years professionally. I was a shooting guard that I didn't shoot enough, and I had to pivot and choose a career, find a career that would allow me to travel, live in different places around the world, which is what I wanted to do. But also a career that allowed me to continue to lead. Um, Basketball being a team sport, I love the team dynamic. I actually, at a certain point, thought about going into coaching, but I had studied hospitality, travel, and tourism in university as a plan B if hoops didn't work out. So I like to tell people that I'm 26 years into my fallback plan, my plan B. But definitely, wanting to lead teams, to coach, it's still what I'm doing. I'm just doing it in a different environment. Still competitive, but not a sports environment. Yep.
Has all the same traits, but you get to be on a beautiful beach with tools.
Somebody needs to manage these amazing resorts in unique locations. It might as well be me.
Absolutely. What traits, I guess, do you think helped lead you into the world of general manager? That seems to be the coveted position most people go after, and you've done well with that. So from your time early on in hospitality, how did you, I guess, rise the ranks to becoming how you are?
Well, I started as a corporate management trainee with Hyatt 26 years ago. And to be honest, from day one, my focus was to become a general manager. I wanted to lead teams in diverse locations around the world, and I wanted to be a general manager of a resort. That was my second, my first dream was basketball. My second dream was to become a GM of a resort. And my third dream was to open my own resort. So, I'm working my way
Getting
through
your
all of
dreams.
my different, making my dreams come true professionally.
Yeah.
But in terms of leadership, it's wanting to lead. It's wanting to take the responsibility. It's wanting to be the person that makes the decision and has an impact on the operation and the people. And really finding creative ways for our teams to collaborate. Um, Leading in different cultures, different environments means that I'm constantly looking for how to connect with different people in different countries and different cultures, which is unique and which is what I really enjoy.
So you mentioned being in different cultures.
Mhm.
So that was the plan from the start, because that's obviously what you've done. You've been to Costa Rica, Bangkok, now here in Mexico.
Mhm.
Um, that that was the plan. That
Yeah.
wasn't you. So
Yeah.
you plan to continue moving around the world.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I grew up in a very, very multicultural, international environment in Singapore. I spent all my formative years, junior high and high school, in Singapore, and knew that I wanted to pursue a career internationally. So I have an opportunity to live in different cultures and experience different cultures. Very fortunate that I met my wife, who was interested in doing the same, which is very important.
It's perfect.
And yeah, that was always the plan to pursue an international career in hospitality. Yeah.
Went to Singapore last summer for the first time to photograph a swimming competition. It was amazing.
Where
Beautiful. Where?
where was the competition? In a university or?
No, it was for World Championships, and so they built basically a fake stadium. They
Nice.
then took down right after.
Sure, sure,
Uh,
sure, sure.
but it was right next to downtown, right by the city.
Yeah.
So got to
Yeah.
go to everywhere on the water. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Amazing.
we spent 6 wonderful years there.
Love it. If you go
Yeah.
back to travel or to visit,
Well, when we lived in Asia, I went back a few times, which was great.
it's Bangkok's right there. Yeah.
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 We lived in Bangkok. We lived in Vietnam, in Saigon.
Yeah.
So when we were in Asia, we had a chance to go visit. Yeah.
Awesome. How do you think that it differs? You worked a lot at Hyatt Regencies back in the day, if I'm correct. When early on, how do you think that that differs from managing, a full-scale resort like this? Is it the same job just at a bigger scale, or is it a completely different set of complexities?
Well, I was very fortunate that I've spent probably half of my career in resorts.
Okay.
So while they were Regency resorts, the complexity of a resort is the same regardless of the brand.
Okay.
The level of expectation is still high from guests that are staying at our resorts. Typically, they've saved or they've planned for this type of vacation for quite a number of months.
Right.
So there's a certain level of expectation when you go on holiday. Um, the the difference with regards to the brand is about the expectation of the level of execution. The Park brand is our luxury brand.
Right.
It commands a higher ADR and means there's a higher level of expectation from our clients. But at the end of the day, the connection between our employees, our team members, and the guests should be the same regardless of the brand.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think has led to you being successful in that ultra luxury space, and getting the trust of ownership groups at this level?
Well, ultimately, the our success as general managers is the success of the team. So we cannot be successful if we are unable to lead our teams effectively and achieve the results that we want, just like any other team.
Right.
And I think the key to that, from a leadership standpoint, is to really follow a servant leadership mindset, where you feel that your responsibility is to support your team, help them grow, help them achieve the best results that they can. Um, and understanding that you cannot affect the entire property. It's
Right.
impossible. So you have to delegate, you have to trust, and you have to form relationships with your team members so that they feel comfortable bringing to life
Right.
your vision of culture, your vision of service, and how we want to connect with our guests.
Can you think of an example of a time that you essentially trusted in your team and they were able to execute on something that was a vision of yours that you weren't really involved in?
This opening. So ultimately, when you are opening a resort or any hotel as a general manager, everything starts with you. And then eventually you start bringing on board your team members, and you have to hand over certain aspects of your baby, so to speak,
Right.
to them, and hope that you've coached and guided them properly about your vision so that they can execute it in their areas, in their departments. Um, because I can't be in the kitchen. I can't welcome every single guest. And ultimately, the team here did a wonderful job of opening our property, setting ourselves up for success, establishing a culture of care very, very quickly. That is coming to life. So I couldn't be prouder of the work that they've done here at Park Hyatt Cabo del Sol.
Absolutely. And we obviously we're working here, but we're also staying here as guests. And I could say, of all the dozens of hotels we've worked with, you guys have an amazing team, very
Awesome.
attentive.
I'm delighted.
Everybody's asking how you are, saying good morning. It's amazing. Good. How it's important. What do you think the main difference is? It's got to be a little bit more complex opening a property from scratch. This was dirt before versus coming into a property that's already established. What are the differences there?
So when you're opening a property, there is no before. So you have an opportunity to really set um, a culture in place that is, you basically have a chance to leave your footprint.
Create it. Yeah.
Correct. And you're creating it from scratch. The challenge to that is you are creating it from scratch. So you might not necessarily have all the resources around you to make things happen, but you are the one that's leading. You are the one that's creating. When you're coming into a property that's already been operating for a while, um, you are first of all learning, and then learning where the needs are to make changes to maximize, let's say, the performance, to change the culture, and everything that entails with that, to optimize that property.
It's good that even this far into your career, you're still learning things, I assume.
All the time. No, all the time. It's
Awesome.
the role of a GM is It's the best job I've ever had with the company. In any given day, I might spend an hour talking about finance, and then the next hour I'm talking engineering, and then the next hour I'm tasting food in the kitchen. So
Right.
you're constantly switching and challenging yourself with different trades or different aspects of the operation.
To have your be in every single department.
Correct.
Get to learn everything.
Right.
That's
That's
awesome.
fun.
Yeah. As far as the sales side, which is what we're here helping you out with, how important do you feel the need of storytelling in this day and age is with infinite hotels, people asking AI where to stay? How important is to be able to really place people into the resort here to get them to fill up the hotel?
So for resorts, it's critical to tell the story. Unlike, let's say, business hotels, um, some of them might have a story to tell, some of them don't. But hotels that have a story to tell, like resorts, it's critical that we're able to share that with our guests, potential guests, and we have to do it in a way that is unique to the competitive set. So what we're doing right now, being a new hotel, is we are finding what is our voice and how can we distinguish ourselves from our competitors who do an incredible job here in Los Cabos of creating really, really unique resorts. So how do we differentiate ourselves? How do we differentiate our imagery? How do we differentiate our language so that potential guests see our property and feel compelled to come and experience it for themselves?
What do you think is the number one differentiator of Park Hyatt Los Cabos compared to everybody else?
We like to say that you don't have to look for the ocean at our resort. The ocean is always part of your experience. Regardless of where you are on property, you always have a significant amount of the horizon. And that's quite unique here for Los Cabos, from a design, from a layout, from an architectural standpoint. So that's number one. Number two, we're the only luxury resort in Los Cabos that has a true beach club, a restaurant, a bar, a pool, cabanas right on the ocean,
It's really nice.
as well as an event space right on the ocean, which is quite unique.
Absolutely.
Our pools are probably one of the largest. Our family pools are probably one of the largest here in Los Cabos. So just from a physical standpoint, we're quite distinct from our competitive set.
Awesome. Well, I highly recommend anyone who wants to have a vacation or is coming down to Mexico, hosting an event, come out to Park Hyatt, meet Adam. It's been great.
It's a
Thanks for
pleasure to
chatting
have
with
you
me.
here. Come on back anytime when it's not for work,
Absolutely.
and appreciate all the work that you've put in. We look forward to the results. I think so far it's been great, and I think the resort will be really well reflected in all of your videography. So thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome.
Sweet. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks
man.
for doing that. Yeah.